Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to the stream. We are at Brands Hatch tonight for round 3 of the SMRC eSports Racing Spring Championship, and our final day of qualifying tonight. We'll see the PC players out in qualifying. The cars are already out on track just now, so without further ado, let's have a look at who we will be seeing out in heat number 1. Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. So let's have a look then. We've got Peter Moore, we've got Andy McCall, we've got Richard Crozier, Jordan Gronkowski, Mike Spalding, Struan Robertson, Owen Ross, Steve Quinn, we've got Paul Smith, Rory Drummond, Cameron Ritchie, Keith Philibban, Matthew Davis and Alistair White. Apologies about the title of the video on the live stream. It is of course the PC. I will get this changed for while we actually go through the qualifying just now. So I'll hand things over to qualifying. As you can hear the cars in the background roaring away into life. We'll jump on boards and have a little look. So a very good evening to Tamsin Green and to Edward Porter joining us on YouTube tonight. As a reminder, we are only on YouTube during the week for the qualifying sessions. Then on Sunday for the final we'll be live on Facebook and on YouTube as well. So very good evening guys, my name's Dave Christie. As always I'll be here with you throughout the evening. It's going to be a compact evening tonight. We've only got 3 heats. We have got, I think, around about 47 cars, 47 entrants to get through tonight, and the times are going to be very fast indeed. Good evening to David Taylor Piggott, who is also going to be streaming on Facebook as well. He's in, I think he's in heat 3 later on tonight. A very busy heat that's going to be as well. Currently watching Jordan Gronkowski 48.2 at the moment, and yeah, there's going to be some very fast times going in tonight. As we see who is that up in front, that is Peter Moore, who has currently taken pole position. We're having a look at Racer 201. That's Paul Smith, who got the Project Cars 2 installed about half an hour ago, so he has just decided to give us a join and jump into the action. So good luck to Paul Smith this evening. Richard Crozier jumps up into second place then with a 47.993. John Gronkowski still third place with a 48.2, and then it is Steve Quinn in fourth place with a 48.595. Gunblade 770. Richard Crozier though up to the top, 47.395, so the times start to come down very quickly. In the meantime then, let's have a look at the points ahead of our first race tonight then. So there you go, Craig Lax, who'll be in action in heat number 3, the Nemesis 69 in the lead by just 9 points from John Monroe, who is also in that third heat. 78 points from 69 points. It's then Lorenzo Turi, who is due to be in this session but has not arrived, so I'm not sure what's happened there. Ross McGregor in 4th place with 53 points, Luke Kidsley with 30, Steve Quinn with 28, Kieran Smart with 26, David Simon with 26 and Peter Moore with 24. So that is your PC leaderboard after last weekend at Oulton Park. But there we go, qualifying is already complete for our first race of the evening here at Brands Hatch, ladies and gentlemen. I am very much looking forward to it. As always, you can get involved on the chat on Facebook. So let's have a look here, because Jordan Gronkowski has just went and taken pole position right on the last gasp there. I absolutely did not see that. I'm really sorry, guys and girls. Jordan Gronkowski, 47.005 from Richard Crozier in second place, 47.3, and then Peter Moore in fourth place, 47.4. That is a very, very fast top three. 13 cars in out of 16 that were supposed to be in this first heat. We are getting ready to go. We are readying up, and in the meantime we will get ourselves good to go for this first session of the evening. And it looks like we have got a bit of a technical issue, so we'll jump to our holding screen just now, and we'll be back with our first race of the evening.
Baby, I'm calling out, save me, I'm going down, take me to another town where I can rest my bones, safely. Even when I'm together, I'm miles apart. Feel I'm running forever, get back to the start. I don't know if I'm broken or if I am just not trying. But we're feeling alive even when we are slowly dying. Shine a mirror on me. See my reflection, who am I really supposed to see? Just not trying, but we're feeling alive even when we are slowly dying. Shine a mirror on me.
So you can hear from the noise in the background then we are able to rejoin the race. Apologies about that. So you rejoin then with the action on lap 4 out of 12. We had to restart the viewer there, but it is Jordan Gronkowski in the lead from Richard Crozier in second place. Third place at the moment, it looks to be Owen Ross who's got up there, and then in fourth place as well we have got Steve Quinn. So quite a gap that we've got for John Gronkowski. And John Gronkowski, for the first time is absolutely setting the pace. We've seen the pace that Jordan Gronkowski is potentially able to have, and he's had horrible luck throughout the qualifying sessions here. Goes cross line to start lap 5, and he is now 4 seconds ahead of Richard Crozier in second place. Third place, as I said, is Owen Ross, but he is in a big battle with Steve Quinn as they come down through the drop at turn 1 up towards Druids. And a fascinating battle already enveloping here. Lap 5 out of 12 and just 7 more laps left to go. Now, meanwhile, up at the front, that gap starting to come down as we see John Gronkowski already having to navigate through some lap traffic. That's Paul Smith, who just joined us tonight. And great to see Paul Smith just keeping himself to himself, enjoying being part of the action here, but not really getting too involved with any of the action up front. And we also see that is Andy McCall as well, I think, being passed. It is. Oh, and that's not so great. That's very unfortunate as we see Andy McCall spinning at the exit of Druids there. Lap number 7 out of 12 is about to begin, and Jordan Gronkowski is in control right now. Richard Crozier still in second place, and it looks like that Owen Ross has stretched out that gap now by about 0.4 of a second from Steve Quinn in that 4th place. But yeah, I've got to admit, after watching Jordan for several races now and seeing that he does have the pace but just getting caught up in some very unfortunate accidents, I am very happy to see him doing very well in this race so far. It is chaos kicking off behind here as we see Owen Ross fighting off Steve Quinn here, and they're coming just round the back. Oh, and a back marker there. That was who was that? That was Paul Smith. Unfortunately, just this is the problem, guys, right? When you're coming up to back markers, the cars just can't disappear. You know, you have to pick and choose when you're actually going to make a move. And unfortunately for Steve Quinn, he decided to make that move at the wrong time on a tight right-hander, and it wasn't to be. More cars spinning about here. A very difficult track as well. So here we go then. John Gronkowski going to come across the line here to start lap number 9 out of 12. 3 laps left to go. And this may not be the closest race that you're going to see tonight, but it is an important race nonetheless. And Jordan Gronkowski having no real issues in this race whatsoever. It's been a smooth performance for the Scottish Formula Ford 1600 champion. Starts lap 10, and Richard Crozier as well doesn't really need to kick in any great effort here. All he needs to do is to make sure that he finishes, as John Gronkowski lets another lapped car know that he is making his way through, as we are down to 11 cars now. We also see in third place, as I said, Owen Ross now is 2 seconds or 1.9 seconds ahead of Steve Quinn in that third place. And the key thing here is that these cars are very difficult to control. These colder conditions, you really have to throw these GT4 cars, into the corners to actually make them work in any way whatsoever. So there we go, Jordan Gronkowski then on his penultimate lap, And it's been a really fast pace for John Gronkowski so far, as we see Richard Crozier in second place, as well as Owen Ross in third place. And just like that then, Jordan Gronkowski completes lap number 11. We start the final lap of the race here for PC qualifying Heat 1 of the SMRC eSports Racing Spring Championship here on Project Cars 2. It's been a glorious sunset night here at Brands Hatch, the Indy configuration, and it's been a flawless run for Jordan Gronkowski. It's going to be Richard Crozier still in second place, and then it is going to be Owen Ross in third place. Those are your drivers as it stands going through to Sunday. Round the final two corners then for Jordan Gronkowski. And it's going to be his very first win of the series. And across the line, Jordan Gronkowski takes the 12th lap and the flag. And a great win there. Richard Crozier going to come in second place there. And it's going to be Owen Ross in third place. From Steve Quinn, it's going to be Peter Moore in 5th, and then Rory Drummond in 6th place, Mike Spalding in 7th. Keith Philippan is going to finish in 8th place with Alistair 6-1, Alistair White in 9th place, Cameron Ritchie in 10th, and then finishing on his debut, Paul Smith finishes in 11th place there. Great win there for John Gronkowski then. As I said, second place is going to be Richard Crozier, and then in third place is going to be Owen Ross. So there we go, that's your finalists through to Sunday from race number 1, and well done to them. We're going to take a very quick break and we'll return with race number 2 of the evening.
Yeah. Let's get it.
So as you can hear in the background, the cars are making their way out onto track then for qualifying. Here we go, 10 cars out of the scheduled 15 that we were supposed to have made it into qualifying just now, and some big heavy names in this session. Of course, the one that stands out has to be Craig Lax, who is insanely fast and also has a definite vested interest in the championship. You can see there Craig Lax on the top of the championship, 78 points from John Munro and Lorenzo Turi. Lorenzo not taking part this week, as well as Ross McGregor and Luke Kidsley. So John Munro taking part in the third and final race this evening to qualify, but obviously Craig in a very good position tonight. So there we go then, we have got 3.5 minutes left to go in qualifying. And again, apologies for the little bits of delays here and there. We will get through all of the issues. It's normally been the Xbox that we see the technical issues, but those have resolved themselves. Anyway, we see Blair Murdoch. Blair McConaughey. Get it right. Blair Murdoch is on the PS4. Blair McConaughey making his way round, and we'll probably see maybe 2 laps from these guys out there on track. The reason being is that it takes around about 2 laps for these cars to properly get their tyres warmed up for the Ginetta GT4. That's right, the Ginetta GT4, not the GT3 that unfortunately David Taylor Piggott has been practicing all week on, and we had to drop the bombshell that it wasn't actually that car that is going to be getting raced tonight. So it is the G55 GT4 variant that we have on track just now. Expect to see fast times. Craig Lax is capable of a low 47, high 46 second lap. Just looking through the times there just now, 50.3 for Craig Lax. We'll go on board actually with Craig Lax here as he exits Clark to start another lap. Still 2 minutes left on the clock here, and goes across the line. What can Craig Lax do? Craig Lax does a 47.997, and he's got more in the tank. Down through Paddockbury Hill into Druids, turn number 2 here at Brands Hatch. Fighting with the car, trying to wrestle any sort of traction out of this car as we speak. And along the Brabham Straight here, Graham Hill Bend's very difficult turn to navigate because the car is off camber, off the throttle, and it wants to throw you about. As we see Ross McGregor jumping up to the top there, 47.060. That is a storming lap from Ross McGregor, but if there's anyone on the track that's going to beat it, it should be, there we go, Craig Lax, 46.981. We are starting to fly, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a fast heat that we are going to watch here. Heat number 2 for the qualifying of the PC on the SMRC eSports Racing Spring Championship. You're watching live on Facebook. A very good evening to James Ritchie, to Tamsin Green, to Tam Hamill, and to OTL Dave Alex 4. OTL Dave Alex 4. Dave Simon is going to be in race number 3 tonight. That is going to be an absolute stormer, that race. And I wonder, Craig Lax looks like he's going to be trying to set himself up for one final huzzah, one final push. But it's another improvement, 46.709 for Craig Lax. Let's have a look at Ross McGregor. And this is going to be Ross McGregor's final lap then. He's not going to come across the line before the time is up, so in fact this is going to be the majority of final laps here. Let's see what Ross McGregor can do. Comes across the line, And it's a slight improvement for Ross McGregor, but not enough though. 47.058. What can Craig Lax do as he comes across the line just now? Craig Lax improves again, 46.652. It is a dominating performance so far on the qualifying for Craig Lax. 46.652. It's Ross McGregor in second place with a 47.058. It's third place for let's have a look who that is. That's Carl Lee in third place, and then in fourth place it's Jay Glendinning, and fifth place is going to be Seismica. That is Mark Richards. So remember, guys, unlike all of the other qualification rounds we've had earlier on, it is 5 drivers that go through to the finals, because we've only got 3 heats tonight. Because of the amount of sign-ups that we've got, that is how many will qualify. So it is your top 5. Let's have a look then. We'll get the cars underway in just a second. Just waiting for everyone to ready up. But just a reminder then, it is Craig Lax from Ross McGregor. That's your first and second. It's then Carl Lee in second place. It is... in third place we've got Iridium in fourth place. That is Jay Glendinning. We've got in fifth place it's Mark Richards. Sixth place is Ross Blair, which is Blair McConaughey. But enough of that. The lights go on here at Brands Hatch, and we go underway. It's a jump start for fourth place. Surely that is going to be Carl Lee into the lead, and that is going to be a jump start penalty, almost certainly for him. We'll have a look. Surely he's got to have jumped that start. There's nothing coming through yet, but that was a rocket ship start for Carl Lee to take the lead from Craig Lax in second place there. And he's doing the right thing. If you've jumped the start, you might as well absolutely gun it out of the block and get whatever advantage you possibly can for that. But he may have to pit in and take a penalty there. Oh, and there's a bit of contact there, as we see. Yep, indeed, Carl Lee comes into the pit to serve his drive-through penalty, and that releases Craig Lax then from Ross McGregor into the lead. In third place is Jay Glendinning, and this is setting itself up to be a brilliant, brilliant battle there. Can Craig Lax light the touch paper and go off with the lead here? It's already up to 0.6 of a second, and Iridium in third place there. That is James Glendinning from fourth place of Gary Craig. Fifth place is Mark Richards. And there's a battle going on, one heck of a battle there. We've got 3 cars involved in that one. Gary Craig, we've got Blair McConaughey up in that one as well. And Gary Craig just round the inside there. So a cracking battle going on for 6th, 7th and 8th place there. That is Duncan Steele just having to pull out of that one. As we see, a car going very, very wide there. Gary Craig getting it all wrong into your first turn. But look at that. Craig Lax absolutely on the pace right now. 46.648, and that is over a second of a gap that he's got with just 3 laps in the book already. We are coming up to about a quarter of the race distance. This is a textbook pace here from Craig Lax, the Nemesis 69, out in front by over a second and a half, a 46.592. Scandalous, scandalous pace being shown here by Craig Lax, with Ross McGregor in second place. He's no slouch, that's a 47.3. That's enough to get you pole on any of the console events during the week. And then in third place is Iridium. That is again James Glendinning, a distant third there, 4 seconds off in the background in the cars, all spread out very, very nicely. We've got Duncan Steele fighting Gary Craig for 7th and 8th place there, but in 4th place it is Mark Richards, and then in 5th place is Blair McConaughey. Blair McConaughey currently the final qualifier as it stands, but we'll see who is up for that if anything changes. Now, we do have a driver in here by the name of McVitie's Chocolate. I've got to be honest, I've got no idea who that is, because their gamer name doesn't match anything that we've got here, but obviously they've been given the password, so we'll find out after the race who that is, because it'll likely be someone who has just changed their name from our entry list here. Meanwhile, Craig Lack's already coming up to lap, I think that's all Alex Hawcutt that he is going to be putting a lap underneath. Just signalling to let him know he's there, and a nice easy pass, and it's a bit of a contentious issue actually. Let's have a look. Right, so I've been informed by Alistair White that Rajan Chand is McVitie's Chocolate. We'll have a look and see if that is the case. But yeah, one of the issues that we've had brought up is obviously back markers, and just a reminder for everyone that has taken part both this week and in future weeks as well. Obviously, this competition is open up to a wide range of competitors, of skill levels, of abilities, ages, all that sort of thing. So drivers that you're going to be going past will likely be not as fast as you. So, you know, give them a wide berth. You know, let them be comfortable doing their own thing, and just you do your own thing. Obviously, if there's drivers turning in on each other and all that sort of stuff, we'll have a look at it, but don't put yourself in that position. Just make sure that you have a nice, clean, tidy race, and don't jeopardise any good moves or good qualifying positions that you have got going on. In the meantime, back to qualifying positions. Craig Lack's 3 seconds ahead of Ross McGregor in 2nd place. James Glendenning in 3rd place from 4th place of Mark Richards, and then it's Blair McConaughey in that final qualifying spot. He's 7/10 ahead of Rajan Chand there. Lap number 8 out of 12. And Craig Lax has been setting a blistering pace. Just one lap that he's had not in the 46s. So a formidable challenge, and showing just why he is a leader of the PC challenge so far. Ross McGregor 4.5 seconds behind there with 3 laps left to go. And as I said, Blair McConaughey now just a second ahead of 6th place there. So that is your 5 qualifiers going through to Sunday. Looking further down the order here, we've got a cracking battle going on at the back here. That is Gary Craig with Carl Lee, and who else is that involved? That is Alex Hawcutt fighting it out there. Oh, we've got contact. Was that Carl Lee involved in that? It was Carl Lee getting involved in that contact there with Gary Craig and Duncan Steele. Those guys are involved in a heck of a scrap down there for 7th, 8th and 9th place. Meanwhile, your race leader is on lap 10 and very shortly going to be going on to the penultimate lap. Tamsin Green, absolutely spot on. This has been a pure masterclass from start to finish from Craig Lax here. If we have a look at his timings here, best lap 46.592. As I said, just the one lap that he has not had in the 46-second bracket, absolutely eclipsing everyone else on the track right now. Ross McGregor doing a fantastic job there in second place, and then in third place it is Mark Richards. Now that means that Mr. Glendenning, James Glendenning, has dropped down into fourth place there, so we need to find out what's happened there. He's lost about 3 seconds and he is really struggling. That was a 53-second lap that last time by, and he is dropping ever closer to Blair McConaughey. We also see Rajan Chand dropping back, and he's got a time penalty now as well, so that means that any of these three battling behind could get up into that 6th place. But it's all about your race leader, really. We cannot take our eyes off him. Craig Lax racks up 11 laps in the book. Starts your final lap of the second qualifying heat here for the SMRC eSports Racing Championship, down into Druids for the final time. 6 seconds of a lead that he has got. That is just absolutely scandalous. There is no other word for it. Raw pace, raw talent on display here, and it's been fantastic to watch. And down in towards Clark's for the final time of asking. It's been a flawless win. The only doubt that we had was that jump start from Carl Lee. Our hearts was in our mouth, but a brilliant win for qualifying for Craig Lax across the line. 7 seconds and a 47.082 for the final lap. That is not shabby by any stretch of the imagination. Ross McGregor in second place. It's going to be Mark Richards in third place. Then it's going to be James Glendenning in fourth place, and then it is going to be Blair McConaughey across the line to qualify for what I believe is his first final. So wow, great win there for Craig Lax. Brilliant performance from Ross McGregor, cannot fault that at all. And you know, it's all very well being that fast, but I wonder what is going to happen in the group. So Mark Richards in third place, it's going to be James Glendenning in fourth, and then, as I said, Blair McConaughey in that final qualification spot in fifth place. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Brilliant race there. We're going to take a very short break. When we return, we will be back with our final race of the evening, race 3, and what a race we have got coming up for you. We'll be back after this.
Save me, I'm going down. Take me to another town where I can rest my bones. I can rest my bones safely. Even when I'm together, I'm miles apart. Feel I'm running forever, get back to the start. I don't know if I'm broken or if I am just not trying. But we're feeling alive even when we are slowly dying. Shine a mirror on me. See my reflection, who am I really supposed to see?
It is that time already. PC Qualifiers, heat number 3 for the SMRC eSports Racing Spring Championship. And just like that, we are on our final race of the night. Taking part then, we have got a wide range of talent on show. We have got Martin Tavendale, we've got Jackie Chalmers, we have got David Simon, Cole Gaffney, we have got Kieran Smart, we've got Mark McPhee, Adam Hinmarch, Michael Johnston, Rob Graham, Christopher McPhee, John Monroe, Luke Kidsley, we've got David Taylor Piggott, Steve Turner, David Slay and Keir Riley taking part in this final qualification race tonight. You can hear the cars on track. We are underway with qualifying. Let's get into it. Right, let us get into this one because this is going to be awesome stuff. We've got a couple of laps to get the cars bedded in, get the tyres warmed up and get the times underway. 13 cars we've got connected. We were due to have 16. Don't know what's happened to the other 3, but it is what it is. And 5 cars from this lineup are going to qualify for Sunday's final. It's going to be about how quick and how well you can behave mid-pack. This is going to be a fast group, ladies and gentlemen. Mark my words. John Monroe, top of the timing screens with a 47.9, and then it is David Taylor Piggott 48.4. Excuse me, it's not. It's OTL David Simon that jumps up to the top of the timing screen there. Then it's Keir Riley, Luke Kidsley. We've then got Ecos, which is Michael Johnston, and then Kieran Smart, 7th place. So lots of times coming in very quickly. We see John Monroe going to be coming across the line just now to finish another lap. He's got a nice little toe there. Keeps it in. John Monroe goes across the line. 47 seconds dead. So this is going to get very interesting. 2 minutes left to go as Keir Riley does a 49.1 and David Simon does a 48.1 as well. So great to see some well wishes in the chat. A very good evening to Jack, to Nemesis, obviously Craig Lax back in the chat as well, Pam Learmouth, Edward Porter in the chat again as well, as we see Keir Riley struggling to get the pace down onto the track there. We know that young lad has got a lot of, oh my goodness me, who was that went flying across the track there, has got a lot of pace in that car. As we see David Taylor Piggott in 5th place, 49.139. And again, it's all about getting the pace onto the track here. David Simon there, 47.824. As we see Michael Johnston moving up to 3rd place, 47.898. We've got just a minute left to go in qualifying. This is going to be the final 2 laps then. As we see Keir Riley throwing that car into Graham Hill Bend there. John Munro comes across the line. Doesn't make any... yes, he does actually. 46.928 for John Munro. What can David Taylor Piggott moves up into 4th place, 48.363. Kieran Smart is 48.658, and Keir Riley is just starting his final hot lap. Jumps up to 6th place, 49.019. Well, this is shaping up very, very nicely. Look at that. You've got 10 cars within 3 seconds of each other as we see David Simon into pit lane. He has had enough. He is done and dusted with his qualifying session. Kieran Smart currently up into 4th place. David Taylor Piggott up into 5th place there. Oh, and 2 cars trying to go very fast there. It's not going to happen. Who was that he's collided with? That is very unfortunate. That is David Slay. Both cars on their qualifying, and that is going to severely impact both of them. Kieran Riley down into 9th place, and David Slay not getting a decent lap in 51 seconds. And I can imagine the air turning a little bit blue there. But your pole position man, John Munro, 46.895 from Michael Johnston in 2nd place. It's David Simon in 3rd place with a 47.685. David Taylor Piggott up into 4th place with a 48.121. And then Kieran Smart in 5th with a 48.5, I believe that was there. 6th place is going to be Luke Kidsley. 7th place is going to be Christopher McPhee. And then in 8th place is going to be Mark McPhee as well. Keir Riley in 9th place. Steve Turner in 10th. In 11th place is going to be Martin Tavendale. And then in 12th place it is Jackie Chalmers, with 13th place going to David Slay. 13 cars then for your final race. Thanks very much, Tam Hamill. David Slay. Yes, David Slay. We're more used to seeing him on the track at Knock Hill, but no issues with that this time round. We are waiting for the cars to ready up. They can make their final adjustments. There's not much that they can change, but it's more getting themselves ready for the race. We've got the command that we are ready to go then. 13 cars on the grid for the final race of the evening. The lights are on. Away we go, and it's a jump start for 4th place. David Taylor Piggott jumps to start surely, and that is going to be a drive-through penalty for David Taylor Piggott. Drama in turn 1 as John Munro loses the lead then to David Taylor Piggott. It's then Michael Johnson in 3rd place, and we see it's a 3-car battle going into Druids. This is going to end in tears. It does end in tears, and John Munro spins. Oh my goodness me, this, you hate to see it. John Munro keeps the foot in and keeps going. As Keir Riley tries to make his way back through. David Taylor Piggott is going to have to jump into the pits though. just now, as we see David Simon up into second place, as we see Christopher McPhee in third, John Munro down into fourth place there, and David Taylor Piggott does indeed come into the pit lane as we go across the line. Then David Simon leads from Christopher McPhee, John Munro in third place, Kieran Smart in fourth, and then at the back there is Michael Johnson in fifth place. Mark McPhee in sixth. Is going to be Jackie Chalmers in seventh, with Keir Riley in eighth place. Remember, top 5 go through to the final. Wow. Well, 12 laps of this, and I've got a feeling that all hell is going to break loose. And Keir Riley coming a cropper at the end of Druids there. He's got another 10 laps to try and get himself back into the top there. But have a look at John Munro. You know the pace that he's got. He is hunting. 47.184, so he was about a second ahead of your leader right there. So brilliant pace that he's got right now. John Munro and David Simon duking it out for the lead here on lap 3 out of 12. Further behind is Kieran Smart fighting off Michael Johnston for third and fourth place, as Jackie Chalmers on her debut at the SMRC eSports Championship is up into fifth place, but Mark McPherson makes the move, or tries to make the move round the outside, and doesn't make it stick, so Jackie Chalmers holds on to that final qualifying position, and a brilliant debut. Awesome stuff. David Simon still in the lead by just 0.2 of a second. Keir Riley up into 9th position. Luke Kidsley down into 8th, as we see Christopher McPhee down into 7th place as well. John Munro goes round the outside and takes the lead at Druids. John Munro is your new race leader for race number 3. It was surely only going to be a matter of time with that pace, as David Simon is going to try desperately to hold on to the back of that car. And this is awesome stuff right now. So it's John Munro from David Simon, from Kieran Smart in third place. It's going to be Michael Johnston in fourth place, and then Mark McPherson in Mark McPhee in fifth place. As what has happened to Jackie Chalmers? Jackie Chalmers sent spinning at the exit of Graham Hill Bend there. And a bit of a fight going on here between Jackie Chalmers and Keir Riley. Keir Riley takes the early break, and more pace. Oh, and there's contact again. Well, back with your leaders then. It's now a second of a gap built up for John Munro from David Simon there. Kieran Smart in third place, 4.5 seconds behind the race leader, and just ahead of fourth place, third and fourth, sorry. As we've got a back marker getting in the way there. That was David Slay almost getting in the way of Kieran Smart and Michael Johnston there. Michael Johnston now moves to the outside and thinks about it. Oh, this is an awesome battle developing here, and still Keir Riley on the inside of Jackie Chalmers. Makes the move stick into turn 1. So Keir Riley up to 8th place, Luke Kidsley still in 7th, it's Christopher McPhee in 6th place, and it's Mark McPhee that takes that final qualification place as we hit the halfway point of the race right now. The battle for third place hotting up very nicely indeed. Kieran Smart just 0.4 of a second ahead of Michael Johnston. And Mark McPhee just 0.4 of a second ahead of Chris McPhee. I feel like this is going to be a bit of sibling rivalry going on right now. back with that battle for third place, and they're going to have to be very, very careful and think about the final on Sunday, because Kieran Smart just inches ahead of Michael Johnson as they come across the line to start lap number 8 here. The laps are ticking down. We've only got 4 laps left to go, and the two of them really should be working together here. They've got the 5 qualification spots at risk here, and that looks like it's going to be Michael Johnson up the inside, forces Kieran Smart wide at Druids. Kieran Smart tries to get the better line out, but there's a great move made by Michael Johnson up into third place, the final step on the podium, but they're safe in qualification. One man that's not safe, however, is Mark McPhee. He is being hunted down right now by Christopher McPhee, as we see Luke Kidsley now with a time penalty, and that is almost certainly going to drop him behind Keir Riley down there in 8th place there. So Keir Riley now just 5 seconds away from a qualification position, and this could all go very, very Pete Tong. We've seen it happen before, and we're now down to 11 cars out on the track, and Keir Riley jumps up into 7th place, because that looks like Luke Kidsley has decided to retire from the race here, and Mark McPhee has a time penalty as well, so that is going to mean that Christopher McPhee jumps ahead on the timing screens if this is the way that it goes. We're on lap 9 out of 12 here, and your leader John Munro is 4.5 seconds ahead of your second place man David Simon, who is then 4 seconds ahead of Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson now 1.5 seconds ahead of Kieran Smart. The gap is now starting to eke out very, very nicely indeed, and Mark McPhee also starting to get a little bit of a gap ahead of Christopher McPhee now, although that gap now coming down very, very quickly indeed. So with just 2 laps left to go, it looks like it's in the bag for John Munro right now. He's having a fantastic race after some very early scares and some very early contact as they went 3 wide into Druids on that first lap. He was the loser out of that one. And it does look like Kieran Smart is dropping well behind Michael Johnston there, as we see Mark McPhee ahead of Christopher McPhee now by about 1 second as well, and we're on to lap 11. Oh, we've got a spin in the background there. That is Keir Riley losing it on the exit of Druids, and it has been a night to forget for Keir Riley. It's still not over yet, because there is drama and action unfolding as we speak at the front there, but your leader John Munro on his final lap then down into Druids for the final time. Again, another exhibition drive from John Munro, fighting for the championship. As we see David Simon still in 2nd place there. And David Simon actually fallen back quite significantly. But it's going to be another qualification win for that man, John Munro, the lights ablaze. Qualification heat number 3, John Munro takes the win. It's going to be David Simon that takes 2nd place. 3rd place is going to go to Michael Johnston, and then Kieran Smart in 4th place, and I think that Mark McPhee is maybe going to lose this 5th place to Christopher McPhee. But no, he holds on to it. That time penalty not enough for Mark McPhee. And it's going to be Keir Riley across the line, 7th place. Jackie Chalmers on her debut in 8th place. David Taylor Piggott down in 9th place. Goodness knows what's happened to him. It's going to be a fantastic 10th place for Steve Turner. And then 11th place for David Slay. So there you go, guys. That is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for our final race of the evening. That means then that, as I said, John Munro qualifies for the final in first place there. It's going to be second place for David Simon, OTL Dave Alex. It's then going to be Michael Johnston in third place there, Scuderia Ecos, and a brilliant third place there. Followed closely by Kieran Smart. I thought Kieran Smart was going to actually have the measure of Michael Johnson there, but it wasn't to be. And then that final qualification position goes to Mark McPhee. Fifth place, and there you go. So, wow, what a night we've had. And some fantastic qualifiers. That is us, ladies and gentlemen. We are finished nice and early. So you can go and enjoy your supper, and we will see you on Sunday on Facebook Live and on YouTube. A very good evening to everyone that's been watching tonight. Thank you very much. This has been the SMRC Esports Racing Spring Championship. I've been Dave Christie on behalf of everyone here. We'll see you on Sunday evening.